If this gets a 10, it's $800. That's a good purchase right there. What's up, guys? A Monster TCG here, back at home finally, not in a hotel. As you can see, I'm in my studio with my microphone. I got my whole setup here. And today I thought I'd do something a little bit different. And I've been having friends ask me, hey, how do you make money on eBay? Because sometimes I tell some of my friends, hey, doing this eBay thing on the side. I'm, buying and selling cards, and they're like, buy your Pokemon cards? You're making money off Pokemon cards? I'm like, yeah, actually quite a bit. Some of my friends have been asking me how to do that, like how to find the right deal, how do you know something is good or not, and how to actually make money. So I don't really have a script for this, so I'm just gonna go with it. So I'd say the first thing you gotta know is probably patience, because sometimes you just don't find anything. I've spent a few hours looking through eBay and not finding a single thing. That's okay. You don't want to rush into anything either. And it's really important that you know what you're looking for. You gotta know, if you're doing Pokemon, you gotta know what's value, how much something is worth, and what kind of condition it's in. The condition is key, really. And it can be pretty tough to tell what kind of condition the card is in through a picture over the internet. It can be really difficult, and you can get screwed over, and I have been screwed over before. And I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But first, let's just dive straight into how do you find things. So once you get to eBay, you just want to search Pokemon. That's all I do. I literally search Pokemon, but I make sure I'm in all categories, because right now it's in collectible card games. And you will find a lot of stuff, but if you really want to get everything, because not everyone's going to list it under collectible card games. So what I do is click on all. So I get all listings. And first of all, I have two different ways of finding stuff. The more difficult way, it's more, I guess it's high risk, high reward, is going to buy it now and change the filter to newly listed. So this is stuff that you have the option of sniping, right? As soon as it comes up. So I see right here, near mint Blaine's Arcanine. And it can be difficult to tell from the pictures. It's a little bit off center. I see some print lines, very light scratches. I'm all just looking at it real quick. Honestly, I'd probably just buy this right now. See, in that case, it took me probably about 10 seconds to figure out what I'm looking at, the condition, and what it's worth. So I realized when you're starting out, even myself, I did not have that ability. And get an email here. Even myself, I did not have that ability to instantly recognize deals. So I have a little tool here that you guys can use as well. So if you go to PokemonPrice.com, you can go here, and I was looking, you click on sets, and I was looking at the Gym Challenge Blaine's Arcanine. So Blaine's Arcanine, not the holo, the holo, but not the first edition right here. I know the picture is first edition, but it's actually not. Just make sure this says Blaine's Arcanine holo without first edition there. And judging by the condition of the card, I would give it an 8, and worst case, a 7. So on October 7th, a 7 sold for $70. And looking at that card, my worst case scenario was a 7. An 8, judging by the prices of the 9s. See, the 9s have gone up quite a bit to $290, $220. Now there has been quite a bit of a price spike in the past few weeks. So these prices are down here are probably old. I'd probably put a 7 at $100 right now, an 8 at like $150, and a 9 at $300 is what I would put it at right now. So that's one way to look at prices right there. The second way to look at prices is to go back to eBay, search Blaine's Arcanine PSA 7, and then I go to the side here and I click on sold, and it tells me what they sold for. That's first edition. So if you don't want to see first edition here, press type minus first, and it will get rid of all those listings. So that's Japanese. So look, a 7 sold for $90 just a week or two ago, right? And before that, 75. So I think, yeah, probably like $90 to $100 is where I put this card at, and a 7. So that was my worst case scenario when I saw that condition of that card. An 8, you can see right here, not first edition, $200, $150, right? So if we go back to my purchase, let me take a closer look. The corners on the front seem pretty sharp. I don't see any red flags. And judging by the hollow, it was pretty good. So be careful about cases. You can't actually tell the condition of the card through a case, because you might see scratches and it might just be on the case. So luckily there's pictures here of the card not in a case. This Arcanine, you can see just under around its legs, there's a few light scratches here and there, but it's not too bad. No deep scratches, nothing obvious. Obviously you can't see everything from one picture, right? So looking at this and the corners look great. No red flags anywhere else. That's great. That looks great as well. And some light scratches up at the top there, top right of the card. And yeah, it's lightly scratched. Very small nicks at the top there. You see right there, the white parts, a little bit on the edges. And that bottom, the corner's a little off. I would not call this a 6 at all, by any means. So I would probably put this at a 7, maybe an 8. Maybe. There's a chance. It's always a chance when you're getting stuff graded at PSA. It's always like, you never know what you get sometimes. So this might actually be an 8. So I would put this at a 7 to an 8. So I bought this card for $40. I'm gonna spend probably $20 getting it graded. Worst case scenario, it comes back as a 7, and I make it like $20-$30. No big deal, right? I made $20-$30. I didn't lose anything. It takes minimal time, really. You just send it to PSA, get it back, put it back on eBay, right? Best case scenario, it's an 8, and it's like $200, and I've made probably I don't know, like $100 on this. All right, let's keep looking for more deals. I might just fast forward it here until I find the next thing. By the way, I literally just sit here, hit refresh, F5. I'll scroll down a bit, see if I can find anything else. That's an empty booster pack. And then once I scroll down, don't see anything. I hit refresh, but then I hit home to get back to the top. So right here, let's see what we got. That's pretty beat up. You can see all the creases on there. If the Blastoise is good, it's a buy. No, it's really scratched up. Even this, for $130, if you really wanted to, you can make money off it, but it just seems like a waste of time to me since that's pretty rough condition. Okay, we see an Entei here, played. Yep, bunch of scratches on here. The top of it is creased. You can see the top of the card is creased, and it's really dirty actually. The card's really dirty. Yeah, this card's pretty beat up. Yeah, creased, beat up, not worth $45 at all. I'll just go through a bit more and give you an idea of what I'm looking for and how I'm finding it. This is fake. All right, so if you see stuff like this is a really good deal and a seller rating of 0, it's a scam. If you see something that's too good to be true, immediately look at the seller rating and it'll tell you if it's a scam or not. If the seller rating is good, then there's a good chance someone just didn't know what it was worth, and it's a good grab. There's a whole set of cards for $225. You gotta be careful with these because sometimes they're not actually hollow. If they're low numbers, like you see they're 10 out of 64, 6 out of 6, 8 out of 64, 13, 16, those are hollows. 12 out of 64, those are hollows. So lower numbers are hollows, 5 out of 64. So we got a bunch of hollows here. 19 is probably not hollow. Yeah, 21, these are not hollows. 27, 28. So the hollows are reserved for the lower numbers. So small stuff like this, you just gotta know and get used to it, and you will make mistakes. I'll tell you that right now. Mistakes will be made. You just gotta mitigate your risk and make sure you don't lose too much when you do make those mistakes. Because unfortunately, that's the only way of truly learning is to make mistakes. So here we've got 9 hollows, I would say. So out of these hollows, maybe Vaporeon's worth a bit, and the other ones not really. And obviously, there's no pictures of the back here. The pictures of the back are key. Like you have to have pictures of the back before buying anything. Unless it's like one of those deals. It's like, okay, this is really, really cheap. It doesn't matter what condition it's in. It's gonna make me money. In this case, I would have to message the seller and ask for pictures of the back because I would not be able to make that purchase. All right, can't really find too much today, so let's just move on to my second method of finding stuff, and that is going to the auctions. So here I select auctions, and I will do ending soonest. So this is stuff that's about to end, and sometimes you can find really good stuff. Like look, this Dark Magneton Hollow is $16, right? Is it in good condition? That's the question. And it looks pretty, there's a bunch of scratches on the hollow. And a little nicks, so I probably wouldn't buy that. So scroll down. The good thing about auctions is you have well, if you're not sniping these ones like that are just about to end, most of the time you have like a few minutes, and that's enough time to go check the prices and see what's going on. You don't have to be on point with it. Let's see if we can find anything here. What we got here? We got a couple Bulbasaurs, an Ivysaur, and a Venusaur. So really what we're looking at here is the Venusaur, see if we can find it, or see if it's in good condition or not. Now it's in a case or a sleeve, so you can't really tell, but you can kind of tell there are scratches on the hollow right there. The bottom has a lot of silvering. So does the left side, the edges. And if you look at the back, there are big white corners. It's pretty bad. Alright, this is a good example of what to watch out for. So this is an auction for a Charizard, base set Charizard. And just looking at the picture here, it seems pretty nice. There's that maybe a little mark on the side there, the black dot. But it doesn't seem too bad. There's some light scratches. You look at the back, it's like, okay, there's no white corners or anything. Everything looks fine. And then you see stuff like that. And that, so it's creased, it's dented, it's beat up. It's probably gonna get like a PSA 5 or a 4. You gotta watch out for stuff like that, because this guy is nice. This seller is nice because he actually shows pictures of the damage. Most of the time, you're just gonna get this, and you're gonna get this. So I've actually noticed on here, like at the top left, there's something going on there on the blue border, and definitely here at the bottom left. So that's very difficult to find, like just ascertain when you're trying to buy something quick, like on the new auctions or newly listed stuff, buy it now, where you're trying to, you know, snag a deal real quick. Stuff like this can really bite you in the ass. A, check the seller's rating. B, what's it listed as? Is it listed as near mint? So I've bought cards like this before where like, okay, it looks great, it looks fine, right? And the description says near mint, right? And I've bought it, and I've got it, and I saw the crease, and I had to return it. And the only reason I could return it is because the seller listed it as near mint. Now, near mint, played, moderately played, they all have like a commonly known description or what it's supposed to be, right? So you can go to eBay and say, hey, if obviously if the seller does not want to refund you, you can go to eBay and say, hey, they listed it as near mint. Near mint is considered widely as this, and it was not near mint, and therefore you will get your return. But if it's not listed as near mint, like this guy says lovely condition. What does lovely condition mean, right? Okay, yeah, it looks lovely to my eyes. Great. All right, is there anything that can cover you here? Used. So it says used. So if you buy that and it's creased and damaged, you probably can't return this because it says used, right? I have not seen many cards in lovely condition like this. I know there are some small creases. Okay, yeah, so he's clearly stating that there's creases on here. So if you bought this quickly and didn't realize or didn't read it, you would not be able to return this. So you gotta be careful with stuff like that. We got a Japanese Gengar here in gem mint condition in sleeve. Let's see if that's true. First of all, seller rating is 33, so they're kind of new. Read the description. Pokemon Japanese Gym Sabrina Gengar Hollow, gem mint condition in sleeve. Never played pack fresh. If they say pack fresh, that's usually a good sign. Let's make sure that's actually true. This card was taken directly from a booster pack and placed directly into a protective sleeve and has been kept inside an Ultra Pro collector's card album ever since. It has only been handled for posting, blah blah blah. Okay, so we got 2 minutes and 30 seconds to ascertain if this is a good deal or not. Now, I already know this thing as a PSA 10 sells for like $800 USD. right? So number one, the pictures are pretty bad. They're out of focus. There's bad lighting. It's blurry. You can't really tell, right? I'm trying to find any sort of red flag that would say this is not a pack fresh card. Now, Japanese cards are also very good because they're in really nice condition and typically grade well, and it's pretty easy to get a 10 on them. I don't see any white marks on the back. I don't see anything that tells me that this is not a pack fresh card. So I'm seriously considering buying this, right? So I know that this card as a 10 goes for $800. And worst case if it's a 7, I got a minute and 45. Look at this. Okay, see a little bit of time constraint here. So Sabrina's Gengar Japanese PSA 7. Worst case, if this is a 7, it's sold recently for October 13th for $100. Let's see, anything else? As an 8, what's the sell as an 8? November 1st, 120-ish. So, I'd be willing to guess if this is a pack fresh card, there's a good chance it's going to get either a 9 or a 10, right? If for whatever reason it has some sort of defect or scratch on it, it's going to get an 8. I'm looking at $120 here. So I'm willing to bid up to $120, maybe $150 even. So I'll put something random like, yeah, let me place bid. Let's go with 1, 4, 7, 8, or 5, 8. You want to bid random numbers because sometimes people will bid the exact same number and you can lose because they bid that number first. So always bid random numbers like that. All right. So let's see if we can snag this. You know what? I'm going to be a little more risky because I have some capital to throw around. I'm going to go to 187. And I'll probably bid this in the last 3 seconds. But if I were you guys, I would stick to maybe like 120-ish. That's what an 8 is. Alright, $58. And we have won this at $58, I believe. Alright, we got a pack fresh gem mint condition Gengar for $58. Now, if it truly is pack fresh, this is a really good deal. Now, if it's not actually gem mint and pack fresh, I can always return this because it's listed as that. Gem mint condition in sleeve. If someone puts gem mint condition in their title, you can return it if it's not gem mint. Now, seller rating is huge. So I've got a seller rating of, I don't know where it is, 80 something, and this guy's a seller rating of 33. eBay is more likely to side with me because I've been on eBay longer. So that is very key as well. If you get into a dispute with somebody with a higher seller rating than you, if this guy's like 1,000 seller rating and you've got like 3, there's a very low chance you're going to win that dispute. So be mindful of that and build your seller rating. It is huge. So again, let's review this purchase. $58 for a Japanese Sabrina's Gengar gem mint condition. He said he's got straight out of a pack into a sleeve. If this gets a 10, it's $800. If it's a 9, I think it's around 300-ish. And 8 goes for like 120, 130. So that's a good purchase right there. Anyways, guys, this is kind of like a haphazard video. I just kind of randomly made it. I didn't have any order or structure to it, so I probably missed a lot of things. So if you guys have questions, please leave a comment in the comments section so I know what to make next time and what I've missed. All right, so I'll probably do another video very soon on eBay again and finding deals on eBay because I'm pretty sure I've missed stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed the information that I provided here and how to find deals on eBay. So again, please feel free to ask me questions, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Take care.